I'm on the computer, updating my Facebook page. We're all in the kitchen. Me, Mum, Emma and Gran, sitting at the table. Mum is going on about her trip to London and Em keeps asking her stupid questions about it. Even Gran is really interested. I pretend not to be listening, but I can do Facebook and listen at the same time. They're having wine. Em's allowed an occasional glass, except Gran. So they're talking quite loudly, which is irritating, and Em's face is getting red. So, what was the plane like exactly? The main cabin was about the size of a long, narrow room, sort of like a boardroom, and the walls were covered in suede. No kidding. And there was a table for people to sit around and work, and then about 8 big squishy armchair seats that swiveled any way you wanted. Cool. Then at the back there was a bedroom if you wanted to sleep on long journeys. And a bathroom, of course. And he flew the plane himself, Lucas. He certainly did. With a co-pilot, of course. Imagine that. Gran shook her head. What about food? What did you get to eat? Well, I think you could probably have anything you wanted. But it was really early, remember? So we just had some... orange juice. And the hotel? Mum is smiling now. I don't look up, but I can hear it in her voice. I had a lovely big suite. Wow. I know. It was such a waste. We could have all fit into it. It even had its own dining room. A little one. I bet she's making that up, but Em would believe anything. This Lucas guy must be really rich, but I don't like the sound of him. Stupid name, too. The auction must have been thrilling. We read about it here, of course. It was in all the papers. I tune out for a bit now, because Gran is talking about paintings and boring stuff. Besides, Rocky Smith has set up this Facebook page called "Do you think you might have been abused by a priest?" And it's really funny. He'll get into savage trouble if the priests or teachers at our school find out. But Rocky's brilliant at rugby, like all his older brothers, so he gets away with loads of stuff that nobody else would. Rocky's really funny. This week we had a priest come into our class to talk about the missions, and Rocky and his mates at the back started whispering, "Sex, sex, sex," really loudly, and then the whole class started laughing. I tried really hard to keep it in, but I couldn't. Our form master went ballistic, but then I felt sorry for the mission priest because he looked as if he was going to cry. I told Dad about it, and I knew even though he didn't say that he thought it was funny too. But he wrote back and said it was important to remember that most priests were very good people and that all this stuff is really horrible for them, and it's only a very small number that are weird like that. I think sex is weird. I don't say that, of course, but I do. Obviously, I haven't done it, but some of the lads at school had magazines of girls and stuff and say their brothers said it's brilliant. I didn't like the girls in those magazines. They looked kind of mean and had loads of makeup on. One of them looked a bit like Olivia, I thought. Em pretends she knows all about sex, but she doesn't, because she's never had a boyfriend. Anyway, Dad says all that stuff is different when you meet the right person, that you fall in love and that's special. But if I ever fell in love with someone, I would never tell him to go away. I shut down the Facebook page because Mum is talking to me now. "Mac," she says, "have you thought any more about what you'd like for your birthday, love?" I shrug, because I don't know, really. I don't care about this birthday, not without Dad here. And then I look at her and she has this soppy kind of smile on her face, and for a moment I think that maybe Dad is coming back for my birthday as a surprise. That's the kind of thing he'd do and no one would tell me. I don't know. "Well," she says, throwing it out like she's got a really good secret to spring. "How would you like to see Chelsea play this Saturday?" Shit. I got my hopes up. I can watch Chelsea play any time. But then she says something really wicked. How would you like to bring a couple of friends to see Chelsea play West?
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.